rock your body and grind. Shake, 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 Sidora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sidora.
Sandy Goddard. Sandy Goddard is part of the Midlife Crisis Comedians. One of the other members is Jay Pinkerton, who's doing the Bad Santa show on December 22nd, and that benefits the YWCA. Look at that, with segues and everything. This is my first rodeo. Let's keep the show moving. Keep a tight show. All right, from the south side of Beverly Hills, Ohio, your next comedian, Nick Rivers.
Hello. I just want to let it be known that I am a part of the 1%, and that is because, yes, Eli Manning, you are my favorite quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, I took advantage of it. Cheap pop too, whatever. Yeah, but last night was fucking rough for me. It was rough. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend last night. Well, I guess she's my ex-girlfriend now. I broke up with my girlfriend last night. She was fucking crazy. She's always like do like crazy shit to me. She would like throw shit at me and call me names, and like she shot at my car once. She's fucking crazy. Okay. I'm kidding. She dumped me. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make her look bad. But it's okay. I'm okay with being single. Because, you know, being single, it's easy being single. It's really easy being single because I see all my friends, my guy friends and my girlfriends, they go through bullshit all the time, just constant bullshit. They have to go through talks and arguments, and they have to deal with bad sex. Like, it's just, I'm glad I'm single, especially during those awkward days, you know, the awkward days like anniversary days. Like, see, for me, I have a lot of friends that are in relationships. So every time I hang out with them, like they'll come over to my like crib or whatever like that, and they're like, "Oh, guess what? Brian got for my anniversary for the first time we ate at Moe's together." And I'm just like, "What the fuck did Brian give you?" And she's like, "A mason jar full of Xanax bars." That's when I got sad. I was like, "Oh, I wish someone would do that for me." But it's okay, because on anniversaries, I have my own way of like, you know, celebrating. I have my own way of, you know, making myself feel special. What I do is, well, for example, like, say for example, the last time I had sex was like March 18th. On the 18th of... on the 18th of every month, what I do is, I take some ecstasy pills, and I masturbate for about 7 hours straight. It's really beautiful, actually. Like, it's an art when I masturbate. Like, I light candles, I spray perfume, cheap perfume, because I want a trashy hoe. And I like to play some KG on my loudspeakers, and I wear a latex glove. Now, I know what you're thinking. I wear a latex glove, not to make it feel better. No, I'm just a germaphobe. And I don't want anything to get on me. Like, I could just take the glove off and throw it around the room, and I'm just ready to go downstairs and hang out with my roommates. But yeah, that's how I deal with the awkward days. You know what else was an awkward day for me? Was when I found out that the tooth fairy was fake. That was really awkward for me. The way I found out, it was actually a really cheap way. Because, you know, just like everyone knows, all my life, whenever I lose a tooth, I'll run and tell Mom, I lost a tooth. And she's like, all right, put it on your pillow, and the tooth fairy will leave you a little gift, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. And so I'll put the tooth under the pillow, and, you know, I'll get $1, of course, typical shit. And so one time, I went to go visit my grandma in Miami, and I lost a tooth while I was in Miami. And so I went to my grandma, I love the tooth. She's like, okay, well, put it on the pillow, and the tooth fairy will leave you some money. She was very straightforward about it. And so I put the tooth under my pillow, and I wake up next day, and under the pillow, there was a $20 bill right there. So at that point, I'm like, did the tooth fairy do like her income taxes or something? What the fuck is that? So you know, I'm happy as shit, and I go downstairs like, Grandma, I got $20, $20. She's like, oh, good, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And as I'm telling her this, I see my tooth sitting there on the counter. So I'm like, what the fuck? So she wasn't looking, so I grabbed it and put it in my pocket. And later on that night, I put the tooth under my pillow, thinking, okay, I'm gonna get some extra money out of this. This is a great hustle. And then in the middle of the night, I don't remember this very well, but I do remember waking up at some point, and it was in fact my grandma waking me up, and she was actually raising me up to go underneath my pillow and grab my tooth. She knew it was underneath my pillow, and she didn't leave any money. And so the next day, I didn't really remember the fact that, you know, I was woken up in the middle of the night by my grandma, so I go downstairs fucking panicking, like, shit, grandma, the tooth fairy, I think she's mad at me, like, I fucking committed fraud and put my tooth back under my pillow, and she was like, at that point, she was kind of straightforward with me and told me the truth, like, oh, well, Nicolius, the tooth fairy really isn't real. Nicolius is my real name, by the way, it's a very strange name, nonetheless. So that's how I found out the tooth fairy was fake. It was a very awkward day, but I'm glad my grandma told me, because my grandma is not a bullshitter. But who is a bullshitter is this one guy I know, my friend Dale from back in Ohio, Cincinnati actually is where I'm from. And this guy Dale, I meet up with him and he tells me, man, you know, if I could go back to 2008, man, when we graduated high school, I would, man, it was awesome. And my perspective is, if you could point out one bad thing about a year, then that year is not worth repeating. So he's like, man, 2008, I totally would go back to it. I'm like, shit, man. Gas was $4 in 2008. I would never go back to that shit. And then there's my older cousin. He's like, dude, 98 was a great year, man. Vols won a championship. It was a great year. I'm like, shit, dude, Family Matters was canceled in 98. Steve Urkel was on TV. How could you fucking, what was the point of watching TV? And he was like, what about 97? I'm like, 97? That's when I found out the tooth fairy was fake. That was an awkward day for me. I didn't look up that shit. You guys are a beautiful audience. I am Nick Rivers. And
I used to get visited in the middle of the night by the tooth fairy too, but the tooth fairy was just